Mark, what's the important topic that entrepreneurs need to know about today?
Well, business owners are constantly entering into agreements to supply services, to supply products, to buy services, to buy products. Everybody focuses on the benefits of those particular agreements, but what about if there's a problem, a disagreement, and how do you keep the costs down in that event if you can't settle the problem? So, one of my pieces of advice to business owners is to think about where and how disputes will be settled if they come up. 9 times out of 10, perhaps they don't come up, but unfortunately, my experience practicing law for 36 years is that some issues just can't be resolved, and so you need to find a way to solve them. So, one way, of course, is to agree to arbitration. But you have to think about where the arbitration will be, what law is going to apply. Is it going to be the law where you're located or where the other side is located? If it's going to be a court that's going to decide where. And these decisions can mean the difference between winning and losing. And even when they don't, they can mean the difference in enormous amounts of money being spent, whether more or less is spent. So people unknowingly just will enter into agreements. We talked about a case not long ago where somebody decided that they wanted Massachusetts law to apply, and in this case, someone who was hiring independent contractors. Well, they didn't realize that Massachusetts has the strictest independent contractor law in the country, more strict than any federal law, more strict than any state law, and they walked into an enormous liability by putting into their agreement a simple sentence that Massachusetts law will apply. But what happens, sometimes when you're negotiating contracts, let's say I'm a Massachusetts corporation and I'm doing business with a Ohio corporation, and everybody wants the dispute settled where they are. I want it settled in Massachusetts. The other side wants it settled in Ohio. And sometimes the only way to resolve the dispute, to be able to get the contract to move forward, is to agree on mutual inconvenience. That is, picking a state which is mutually inconvenient to both sides to have the dispute resolved.